All right, welcome everybody. Let's take a look at live cattle futures for November 16th, 2021. That's symbol /LE. And these are the December 2021 contracts. You can see the price here ended up today at 131.725. I've been talking about last few days that, looks like a little bit of weakness or sideways movement going on here in the live cattle futures. And sure enough, just same thing today. Very small range throughout the day. They're literally only 50 cents or 0.5 of a point. So that's really small. Tracking sideways. Normally, just looking at these indicators, I'd say there's weakness, and there is, as far as range and the amount of contracts to be trading, is probably kind of small compared to 22,000 back there, and today only 9,600 or almost 9,700 contracts were traded. So not only is it price range real small, but it's thinly traded last few days. So the 50-day moving average is at 127 we'll call it 81, and it is rising still just a little bit here. So that's a good thing. Continue to see weakness here, though we haven't seen the price decline as much as just track sideways. Yesterday, I think it was 87.77. Okay, so we lost, down about a nickel. And over the last few days, we had 132, then we had 132 and a quarter, 131 and 7/8, 131.77, then 131.77 again, and today 131.72. So it's just losing a little bit of price, a little bit every day. Okay, let's take a look at the monthly chart. The month, of course, hasn't moved at all because the price action on the daily has just been absolutely sideways. Okay, the 50-day moving average is 114.91. So, that's quite a distance away, on the monthly, away from the 50-month moving average. You can see way back here in 2014, when it got really far away, it definitely has a tendency to gravitate back towards the 50-month moving average. And that's true if you're below it as well. It'll want to come back up to it. Okay? So, we're not really far away, and it looks like every time that in recent couple years, 2-3 years here, every time it gets above the 50, it's been pulling back down below it and staying months below it. Then it'll come back up for 2 or 3 months, and then get below it. But this time it got above it. We're looking at 3, 6, 9, 12, a whole year. Right, guys and gals, a whole year since, December. Okay, it's called almost a full year now. 11 months that this has been above the 50-month moving average. So that's a good sign. It looks like slowly it's turning. And I don't think we're super concerned about this amplitude just yet on the monthly chart, so things look okay there. Let's take a look at the weekly. I want to come back to this cycler on the daily, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. We still see these signals here on the stochastic momentum index that suggest there might be some price decline, but not so sure that those are serious warnings at this point. The Big Daddy forecast is pointing downward, and we're going to have to wait to see what this SMI does. Does it decide just to track sideways? Is it going to begin to roll over here? The MACD is above the zero line and just absolutely trading sideways. There's not a whole lot going on price-wise with the live cattle futures for the longer time frames. A lot of sideways movement. Okay, let's take a look. I want to look at the hourly here. So yesterday I talked about this, that the gap between the bottom of the candlestick and the 50-hour has been slowly coming down. Little by little you can see that amplitude getting smaller. I'm trying to find the highest one here. It's probably this one. And then within this, can you guys see that? Like you'll get this, right? And then you kind of get this one. Then you get this one. Right? The price action comes in waves. And you get a little small one right here. Then basically it disappeared right here, right? This was the next wave. There was nothing there. Came down, rode right along the 50 hour. Got a little something there. But on the hourly chart, continue to see a little bit of weakness. And today, as I expected that it would break below the 50 hour because it was just getting closer and closer to this 50 hour over the last day or two. And let's see, around noon, broke below, and 1 o'clock just finished off with this little candlestick. But now we're below this 50 hour moving average. So it's definitely something we want to pay attention to. We're going to wait to see, does it break kind of hard below this? I feel like there's been downward pressure for the last week, and we are seeing a small price decline. And today, the last 2 hours of the day getting below the 50. That hasn't happened in 2 weeks. We were below the 50 back here. So we'll see what this does. Let me go back to the daily and finish up the video with that. I want to look at this, these daily cycles here. So for those that are not familiar with cycle analysis, that's these green arcs right here. Okay. And basically, without diving too deep, there's quite a bit that goes into cycle analysis, but we're keeping this really simple. Wherever two cycles come together, like right here, normally we see a cycle low. Or I should say we see prices tend to decline or stall. Okay. And even the same thing we saw here, prices kind of came down into it. Right, it's been happening time and time again, and sometimes these cycles will expand in length or in time, and sometimes they'll shorten. So we're going to wait to see how this one finishes up. Even on this one, you can see it was really very timely. Let's see, when does this cycle end? Yeah, it ends December 9th. So just bear in mind that, as the prices right now here on the daily chart, they're just absolutely tracking sideways. Okay? And I'm just going to look back because I know I have like to do this. Let me get a little bit more larger time frame here. Just look at some of their cycles from last year during this same time frame, 11/16-ish. Yeah, here in October it fell real hard, came back up, got above the 50. This year, completely different. I mean, fairly different. When was this? August? Yeah. So we didn't see a big price decline, just this little one here this year. Last year it was a big decline there. So completely different action. Just kind of checking to see what happens as we go into November and December. Prices were rising. So, okay, 1 year to the next isn't always the same, obviously. So we're going to keep an eye on this. Right now, prices look like they're just kind of stalling here. This low is right around December 9th area. So keep an eye on that the first week or two of December. Could see prices maybe work their way down into that, or at least come towards this 50. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Okay, guys and gals, listen, in front of you is the membership for $5.95 a month. It's a really good deal. I've had a lot of people subscribe in the last week. Okay, many people have already told me they've made profit by watching my videos and applying to their own style and trading, and they've made enough profit to pay for the subscription for months and years to come. Okay, $5.95 is an absolute steal, so take advantage of it while you can. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Don't forget to click that little bell to be notified of all the videos as they come out. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.